Hello everyone and welcome to Arkansas Style. I am your host Nicole Neiman and we are so happy you could join us this afternoon. We have a really fun show in store, all about refreshing your routine, renewing your space, and feeling incredible from the inside out. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect. We're diving into a popular viewer question about one of the hottest skincare trends on the market. Dr. Jean Wei drops by to break down the actual science behind red light therapy, sharing the real truth on whether it actually works for wrinkles, weight loss, and tightening loose skin. Yes, I will be paying attention to all of that. And we'll continue on the topic of anti-aging from the inside out with Rachel Sims from RSM Aesthetics. She joins us with an essential look at collagen loss and how new essential treatments can help naturally restore your skin's structure and volume. And just like maintaining our own personal upkeep, we can't forget about the restoration and lifespan of our homes too. The team from Royal Home Improvement is in the studio discussing value-boosting ways to renovate your space, shield it from the elements, and save some major cash while you're at it. Plus, Michelle Rupp wants to help upgrade your interview skills. She'll join us in a bit with a look at her upcoming webinar designed to help you ace tough interview questions like a total pro. Again, we have a lot of fun stuff to get to this afternoon, so without further ado, Arkansas Style starts right now. Once again, we are so happy you could join us this afternoon. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard me use the term felony florist because sometimes those pretty wild flowers growing along the side of the road can be a bit more than tempting. I'm hanging up my hat and leaving the flower picking to a professional. Chris Norwood, owner and floral designer for Norwood Day Floral Company, is back to show us how to turn those fresh summer wildflowers into a beautiful new arrangement. All right, Chris, have you heard me call myself felony florist?
You have. We have.
You know, Aunt Betty coined that term.
Before we do anything else, we've got to show you your shoes.
Oh.
Can we get our shoes?
Here we go. Here we go. Shoe cam.
Shoe cam.
Da-da-da-da.
Makes the whole
How do
outfit.
they,
Anyway.
they make the whole outfit.
There you go.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Anyway.
They are the sitting down shoes. They are not comfortable shoes. That's why we call them the sitting down shoes.
Beauty, fashion before pain, right? Or they call it. Anyway, so let's get started.
Well, we digress.
We're way off it. We're really off in a ditch, aren't we? So anyway, we have to really show you our Peter's Pottery just came in.
Yes.
We're super excited about it. He's actually going to be in our shop on the 23rd when we have a little mini reopen house.
Wow.
In the afternoon, he's going to come and sign pieces and talk about what he does. And so this is out of Mississippi, so we're super excited. So what we thought would be better than anything with Peter's Pottery is to do wallflowers. So you're going to get a whole variety of things. You better get started because you got a lot to do.
Oh boy.
And so anyway, we're going to go, these are called Geronimo. I always say it wrong. I call it Geronimo, but it's not. My wife's going to correct me.
It's like a Gerber daisy type of a stem.
It's in the Gerber daisy family.
Oh, look at me
we
go.
Have,
showing out with the terminology.
Yeah, we have cornflower, commonly called bachelor buttons.
Okay.
I'll put a few of those in there. There's no right or wrong to do this, so we're just going to cut these down, leave them a little bit airy.
Hey, can I say something?
Yep.
Of course, I love the Peter's Pottery,
right.
But you brought in a vessel that you sell, and it's like little test tubes, okay?
Yep.
There was like 6 or 8 of them,
Yep.
all right? And you can
move them around.
Move them around. They're kind of an accordion type of feel. Make them long, make them. This is the exact kind of floral arrangement you want, is with these wildflowers with that type of vessel.
It didn't take much.
You know, I gave that as a gift.
I know.
She loved it.
You got big brownie points on it. And then, well, we just
not for the boyfriend's mother. It was a different friend.
We have with 3, 5, 7, and 11, I believe. So you have a whole variety of sizes on those.
It is, folks at home, it is so cool. I'll try and post a picture.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Or maybe you should post a picture of it.
All
right, we'll ask Christina maybe to do that.
Absolutely.
Hey, how's she feeling?
She's good.
Yeah?
She's good.
Okay.
She's blooming, as we would say.
Aww.
But she's super excited. She's due September the 21st.
September.
That's
you know,
right.
I'm a September baby.
Everybody in my family is September babies.
Really?
Everybody. My son's the 7th. My daughter, my wife, my mom was the 21st. My daughter's the 26th, and my wife is the 28th.
Holy cow! Boy,
So
you
we
knock
have-
them all out.
We
Okay.
have September. We have birth month. We don't have anything else, and so unfortunately, I'm in January, so I'm just left out there with nothing. Don't get any presents.
I
don't
think
get
that's the
any-
perfect time to
it's
have a
always-
birthday. There's
that's
nothing going on.
That's your birthday too.
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Hey, I did not know Taylor, our executive producer, just said in our ear that she's a September baby
Oh, there you go.
too. Love it.
Lots of September.
I don't know what that means, but
Oh, really?
okay. And Michelle, I mean, anybody else a September baby in the studio? Just say yes. Just make it up.
Yeah, yes.
Trey, you think? Okay, look at. I mean, I'm loving what's happening already. This just brings me so much happiness. Chris, this is
Look
what
how
you
these
guys.
colors look like with your dress too.
I know, right?
Once again.
How did that
we fit it.
happen? How does that
How
happen?
does that happen?
Speaking of dresses, have we seen Taylor Swift's bridal gown yet?
I don't think have they released that yet to the highest
They have not
bidder?
paid
to the highest bidder.
the most money.
Not
Speaking
yet.
of dresses, hold the phone though.
Yeah.
Do you know this person, Zendaya?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, well, I just kind of got acquainted with her. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind the curve.
Well, my kids she was with some other guy a long time ago when the kids were really young. They had done these movies for like Nickelodeon or somebody like that. I don't know who it was, but anyway, she's a child star.
Yes.
And I have kind of followed her through the whole thing, but really she's kind of a fashion icon now, isn't she?
She is I cannot
Yep.
take my eyes off of
Yeah,
her.
she is
And you know what? TikTok, which is my guilty pleasure, it is feeding me just constant Zendaya
Yeah.
content. I can't put
She's
it down.
very talented. Yeah.
She is talented too.
Yeah,
You know
very
what?
talented.
Some people, they got all the luck.
Yeah, well.
Honestly, she's tall, thin, gorgeous, smart.
She seems like
talented.
a really nice person. Of course, who knows when the camera goes off, but I'm just saying that.
I love it. Not like us. We're sweet all the time.
You know, that's the one thing.
We are so
Really,
sweet.
hey, I've been in the situation where I've been around people that I've been awed and struck by, and then they turn out to be like really nasty people. They kind of like wah wah wah. Anyway, so I always.
He's not talking about me. I
No,
swear.
not at all. But I'm just saying, people that you really have looked up to, kind of like a mentor situation, and then they open their mouth and you go like, well, okay, I don't really think I need to do
Isn't
that.
isn't that like a phrase? You don't want to meet your heroes?
Yeah. well,
Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, so-
I don't know. I'm not doing so great. I like what's
Yeah,
happening
you
over
are.
on your side.
You're just gotta-
I mean, I was off to a good start, but now it just
you
looks
just
like a
gotta
hot
keep
mess.
Keep on shoving.
Okay,
keep on
Peter's
going.
Pottery. Tell us a little bit more about
So
that.
they are the family that actually were the potters for McCarty Pottery. I think that probably said that right. Maybe I didn't. Out of Mississippi, a lot of people in the South collect it for
Okay.
sure. And so they left a couple years ago, or several years ago. The family did, and the sons took it over from the dad.
Aw.
And then now they're doing that. And so we have the exclusive for Arkansas in our shop. And we've got a little bit of all of it. So
What do you think
anyway.
makes it so special?
I think it's just really, I hate to say this, it's a Southern thing to have
Okay.
the pottery. He does animals that are really sweet and cute.
Ooh.
So,
I like the textures. I like the color. I like
Well,
the shapes.
it comes in
Definitely different.
Comes in 4 colors. This is called jade. It comes
Uh-huh.
in chestnut, which is a brown. Comes in a white, and then there's chestnut, jade, white, and blue. He has a
Oh, blue.
a
Oh, I thought you were
should've
going to say
bought the blue
pink.
for
I would
you.
have guessed pink, but
Blue.
I don't know. Maybe that's
And the
coming
funny
next
part
year.
about it, he tells us all the time that it does, there's never going to be the same finish or the same coloration because of the heat
Oh.
and the variety of mud that they're using. So nothing's always the same. It'll be similar to, but you'll have one piece that'll have more brown in it than the next piece. So
All
they're
right.
all pretty unique. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun. Great to
Good.
see you, Chris. As
Abso-
always, appreciate you.
absolutely.
We'll keep zhuzhing up
We
here.
should have not taken so much time on the shoes, but I thought they needed to mention.
Inquiring minds. For more information, designs, custom florals, and more, visit norwoodday.com or check out their store off Cantrell Road to stock up on summer colors and seasonal decor. Now, don't go far. When we come back, we're sharing a free resource designed to help recent graduates feel more prepared for their next job. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. For many recent college graduates, landing the interview is only half the battle. Once you're in the room, there's one question that always comes up first. Okay, this makes me shudder. tell me about yourself. So today, we're learning about a free online masterclass designed to help job seekers build confidence before their next or first interview. Joining us with all the details is Michelle Rupp of Memorable Results Media. All right, Michelle.
Hello.
Again, yeah.
So tell me about yourself. I hate that question too.
Right. Okay, but you make it to the interview and you don't want to blow it. So let's help folks out. What are you doing?
You've done everything right. You are researching the company. You know the value that you bring to the company, and it's the single question no one prepares for, and it's the one question we always get asked.
For sure.
So tell me about yourself.
So where do we begin?
So I've been on a couple of college campuses this summer, and I've asked students that very question. And typically the color drains from their face and they kind of start to sweat. And they all have said the same thing, that is such an overwhelming question. We don't know where to begin. And that's part of what the masterclass is going to teach you, is we're going to talk about how you begin to answer that question. And particularly if you are a college graduate or even a college student, you might be a sophomore in college, you might be a junior in college, and you're thinking, yeah, how am I going to answer this question? You might also have limited work experience. So we're going to be able to take all of that and craft an answer in about 45 minutes. Masterclass will be about 45 minutes.
Okay, so that's kind of what's rolling around in my mind right now, is when you talk about tell me about yourself, I think you want to limit it to the job. Not like what did I have for breakfast, or what are my favorite hobbies, unless it applies to maybe your role. But you want to tell them about you and the value you will add to the job. Is that fair?
That is very fair. I was telling someone the other day, I also am a September baby, and I said, so, sometimes it was an early morning one Tuesday in September. No, we're not going that far back. We're talking about leadership or organizations that you participated in college. Were you in a fraternity? Were you in a sorority? Were you student government? Let's talk about some of those leadership roles. Let's, to your point, talk about the value that you bring to that position, to that company, to that organization, based off of some of your experience. And you might sit there and think, I don't have any experience. You do.
All right, but another question that's kind of rolling around is you want to be modest, but you also want to be confident. How do you thread that needle?
Yep. That's one of the things we're going to discuss. And part of that confidence is knowing exactly how you're going to answer that question. So that question's going to be asked. You are walking into that interview and you already know in a conversational tone how to answer that question. We don't want to be robotic and just, spit out a bunch of information, but we do want to have that conversation.
Another piece to the puzzle somebody taught me a long time ago is you can tell them about yourself, but then you have to go one step further, and why does that matter?
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
So, I was a leader in my high school newspaper. Okay, and why does that matter? So if you share the factual information about yourself and then tie it into how you add value, I think that's really the story that you're trying, the complete story you're trying to tell.
It is, and at the end of our time together in 45 minutes, those attendees will walk away having the confidence, knowing their own narrative, and how they can then craft it based on the interview that they are going into.
Is this only for college graduates?
You are the fifth person to ask me that. Right now, I've really tailored it specifically for that 18, 19 to 20, 21-year-old. But if an adult might pop on, if an adult registered, well, I'm not going to turn anybody down.
All right, well, let's get specific and give people the information how they can attend.
Absolutely. So that QR code on your screen will take you to where you can register. It is free. It is free. The low price of free. Sunday, July 26th at 7 o'clock in the evening. When you hit that QR code, it's going to ask you to register. You will then immediately be sent an email. If you have any additional questions, hit reply on that email. It's going to come directly to me. And you're going to get the Zoom link. And so you'll be able to join me on Sunday, July 26th at 7 o'clock.
What a gift you are giving.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you sharing
Thank
your
you.
time and treasure. That's
Well,
really nice.
thank you for having me on. My hope is to speak to the college graduate, Michelle, and the tools I would have loved to have had when I walked out of college.
Well, you got it. Great to see you. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Great to see you too.
To register for the free online master class, you can scan the QR code here on your screen or visit memorableresultsmedia.com. Now, still ahead, Rachel Sims joins us with a look at Sculptra, a treatment designed to help restore your skin's natural collagen production. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Now, some changes happen so gradually you don't even notice them until one day they're staring back at you in the mirror. And while there is no shortage of cosmetic treatments available today, some are designed to work a little differently than others. Here to explain what sets Sculptra apart is Rachel Sims Miller, founder of RSM Aesthetics, an aesthetic nurse injector, and the only gal I really like to ever touch my face. And my friend.
Yes.
All right, well, good to see you, honey.
Yes, thanks for having me.
All right, class is in session. We are going to learn how to look younger and prettier with just a little application of some collagen.
Yes, yeah. So starting in our 20s, as we get older, we lose 1% of collagen every year. And you know, there's a lot of different treatments to restore volume in your face and elasticity, but one of my favorites is Sculptra because of how natural and soft it is. So it's not a filler, but it is an injectable that is a biostimulator. So it works by increasing your body's own collagen. So it is going to help with restoring some volume because, you know, we lose volume in our temples, cheeks, jawline. So it'll help with volume. It'll help define the jawline, fine lines. It also just kind of gives you, we call it the Sculptra glow. So it gives your skin, you know, an overall glow, but it is increasing that collagen by 65%.
Okay, so getting specific when we talk about where you're going to inject it, I know you and I have talked about this a little bit. So again, as you age, your face just starts to lose a little bit of its plumpness, its fullness, and that's where your fine lines and wrinkles, you know, become a little bit more pronounced. But it is the jawline, in my opinion, that becomes the most tricky to treat. And you're saying you can treat that as well?
Yes, yeah. I love doing the jawline with Sculptra. So we can do it, you know, along the jawline here, but then this, like, it's called your pre-auricular. This is where we also lose volume, and that's what kind of pulls everything up and holds everything up. So when we lose that volume, that's, you know, how everything just starts to fall a little bit.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a conversation for you. Again, when I tell you that I only like Rachel to be the one to touch my face, she is actually what I would consider an artist because you really look at the shape of people's faces, you look at our age, you look at you know, our goals, our expectations, and you're able to really just individualize that treatment. And I just so appreciate how much care you take in that.
Yeah, well, thank you. And you know, that's what's important. Everyone is different. Their needs are different. And so you really have to, you know, be able to look at that person, figure out where, you know, what they want, and then tailor a treatment for them.
So speaking of treatments, how does the Sculptra work then?
Yeah, so it is, because it's building up your own collagen, it is a gradual treatment. So it's injected, and you won't really see full results for about 3 months. Because that's how long it takes for the collagen to fully build up. But you should start seeing some results at 6 weeks. But it is a series of treatments, generally 3 to 4 treatments. Each treatment would be 4 to 6 weeks apart, and then it's gonna last for 2, 3+ years. I just usually recommend like 1 maintenance treatment a year.
Okay, so you mentioned it's different from filler. We hear a lot of negative things about filler these days. How is it different?
So, you know, filler is a thicker gel-like substance. You're going to see those results immediately. It's not increasing your collagen, so it's not really correcting, you know, your collagen loss. And the cause of aging. Filler is great for some people, especially if you want that instant gratification. But this is just so different because it is so soft and natural. It's your own collagen. A lot of people are worried about being overdone with the filler, which can, happen if someone's not doing it correctly. But with Sculptra, you just can't be overdone, and you can globally inject it versus just injecting with filler just in the lips or just cheeks, or you kind of restore that firmness to your skin also.
Such a big fan of what you do, really. I'd like to just take a quick moment. You have started your own business, okay? So folks at home, you've seen Rachel here on the show. I want them to know that you're on your own and how people can reach you.
Yes, yeah. So it's called RSM Aesthetics. And my website's super simple, rsmlr.com, and you can schedule online. I also do free consultations, so if you don't know what you need, come in and let's talk about it and set up a treatment plan.
Yeah, and if you're shy at all, it's super private.
It is,
again,
yes.
Because you're going to see Rachel independently on your own. You're not crossing your friends, neighbors, people you'll see in the grocery store. It's really super private. So
yes, yeah.
I love what you do. I'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Again, if you'd like to learn more about Sculptra or explore whether it's the right treatment for you, visit rsmlr.com to schedule a consultation. Now, still to come, we're talking about ways to help keep your home cooler, more affordable, and ready for the hottest months of the year. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. The summer sun can take a toll on more than just your lawn. It can also put various parts of your home to the test as well. From keeping cool air inside to making sure your roof, windows, and siding are ready for the season, a few upgrades can go a long way. Here to talk about prepping your home for the summer heat is Tiger Jordan, owner of Royal Home Improvement. Tiger, always fun to see you.
Good seeing you again, Nicole. Thanks for having me out this morning.
I got to tell you, I love your energy.
Well, thank you.
I don't know anybody who wouldn't want to do business with somebody who's as passionate as you are about what you do. So let's kind of start at the top. What does Royal Home Improvement do?
Royal Home Improvement is a home improvement company. We do roofs all the way down to the ground, which is siding, windows, doors, kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel. We do it all. And
Yeah.
we just started that, and we're booming right now. We're excited by our new showroom in Brinkley, Arkansas. It's at 1405 Pinecrest Shopping Center. Foot traffic's been amazing over there. It's just people coming in and out, and we're getting leads. We're getting to go see the people. We're using our promotional managers to go see them right now. The good thing about our products right now, it's our summer savings event. We have a 75% rebate off the installation. The factory's actually helping us with that. We have some of our products here today to show.
All right, well, congratulations, Brinkley. You've got a popular favorite in town now. All right, well, let's cover some of the products that you brought in
Okay,
today.
we brought our Cedar Max panel. That's our most going panel right now as far as most popular. It's got the insulation assigned to it. It's 1.1 inches thick, the panel. The panel itself is a 50 mil, which is the thickest panel you can get on this particular side. The R value on this is about 2.4. That color is called Sea Slate, and this is one of our most popular colors. And then we have the board and batten. And this right here sits on the house like this, horizontally. Okay? This one is our board and batten. It sits vertically, and it has the insulation on it as well. And it's a 2.2 R value. Still, it's a 50 mil panel. That's how thick it is. It all uses an 1.1 inch J channel, which adds to the stability as far as sturdiness of the, you see a lot of homes that get vinyl siding, they're waving at you when you leave. These panels, because they're stiffer, they don't wave.
Huh.
Okay.
That's an important detail, I think,
It
when you
is.
want siding on your
It
home.
is, it
You want
is.
it to stay put. That color is absolutely outstanding, and this is what's so fun about shopping with Royal Home Improvement. You've got the latest and greatest.
Yes, we got 30 different colors of vinyl siding. We can do anything. Talking about our windows real quick. Our windows, if you buy the double hung, this is called our double hung Hawthorne window. It's got one chamber that's insulated. It's also got the outside. It's going to have one foam wrap on it. Can you see that?
There it
That's
is.
the foam wrap. These are 3 1/4 inches thick, the frame. The window glass is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so you got a frame that's 3 1/4 inches thick, a foam insulated chamber, a foam wrap right there, and then the 3/4 inch glass space.
Okay, the Cliff Notes version of that, I think what that's buying me is a lot of insulation from the elements from outside. So, of course, you're saving a lot of money when you upgrade your windows like
Yes,
this. Is that fair?
It is fair to say. It is also insulated with argon gas and 366 low E, which is a triple coat of low E. So it has a discoloration to it. When you're looking on the outside looking in, it'll have a greenish tint. So it's a high energy efficient window.
Oh, good. All right, well, you teased a little bit about some of the savings, the summer savings that you're offering. Let's get people excited about coming in and making these kinds of investments.
Okay, you call us for an in-home estimate. Our promotional manager is going to come out. They're going to give you a $50 gift card just for allowing us to come out, as long as they can give you that estimate. You know, they have to do a presentation. With a purchase, you're going to get a $200 gift card with the purchase. Now, if after the purchase, we can take that $200 and apply it to the project, which sometimes our guys can double it, make it $400 off. Plus, we have a 75% savings right now on installation. So if you look at overall project, you could save anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 off just labor right now. As far as the availability, as far as financing, we do have 0% financing for those people who qualify. We give discounts to senior citizens, veterans, educators.
Oh, all right, and let's touch on the baseball program.
All right, that's my favorite program,
I know it
baseball
is.
program. I used to coach baseball.
Oh.
So in January, we started what we call the baseball referral program. If you give us a customer a referral of 10 or more windows, a roofing project, a kitchen project, a siding project, we'll give you $250 for that project. Once it's completed, you'll be at first base. To get to second base, you have to give us another referral. That referral would pay $500 because that's a double. If you get to third base, that's a triple, it's $750. If you hit a home run, we'll give you $1,000. That's a total of $2,500. This has to be done in 1 calendar year, up to 10. So everything after the home run is a grand slam. We're going to add $1,000. So it's $8,500 back to the referring customer. So get on board with us. We've had 2 people reach over $1,000. They've hit a home run. We're waiting on their grand slam.
Oh gosh, Tiger, I love your energy. I love your passion. Never asked you what your favorite baseball team is, but could it be in the name?
No.
No.
It's the Birds, the Cardinals.
Very good. Well, great to see you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Appreciate you. Again, whether it's windows, siding, installing a new roof, or even taking on a kitchen project, Royal Home Improvement offers a variety of options to help you invest in your property with confidence. To learn more about their products, current promotions, financing options, or their new referral program, visit royalwindows.com or call 1-800-821-1433. Now, coming up next, we're taking one of your questions to the expert. Dr. Jean Wade joins us with a closer look at red light therapy, including what it's designed to do, what you should know before trying, and whether it actually works or lives up to the hype. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. We love hearing from our viewers, and today we're answering a question sent in by Charlotte. She wants to know whether red light therapy can help with an aging neck as well as weight loss, and if so, how strong should the light be? Here with some insight is UAMS cardiologist Dr. Jean Way. All right, Dr. Way, do I need to put this in my Amazon cart?
Well, you know, it's never wrong to think about trying something, so I think that's fair. Okay. So let's talk about it. What is red light therapy and what can it do for you? Red light therapy is kind of a, how shall I say, a gentle, mild intervention that is going to kind of help you. And my recommendation would be, just like with any new intervention, I would start low and go slow. And the reason, of course, is because that way you don't overshoot and you don't have any negative side effects. What is it and what does it do? Red light therapy is the portion of the light spectrum that's between 600 nanometers and 1,000 nanometers. What does that mean? It means that the light color is reddish, okay? And how does that help us? Well, when you have it in a kind of a low level, which is what we're recommending, you know, you don't want to cook it, so you just have it very mild and you don't even necessarily feel any heat or anything. What it does is it stimulates your mitochondria, okay? Your mitochondria are the little things inside your cells that are supposed to be making the energy molecules. They make the ATP. So if you can stimulate them, you might get a little more energy. That's the idea. But you don't want too much, just a little bit. And because it's in that range, the red, if you use it in low level, it does help, maybe a little bit.
Help what, with energy, or does it actually help with wrinkles and weight loss?
Right, so let's talk about that. It can help with wrinkles, it can help with weight loss, but I wouldn't bank on it too much. You know, you're not gonna come out 60 pounds lighter, and not gonna do that. But it may stimulate you to have more of a desire to lose more weight. Not necessarily that it'll make you. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference. You're not going to walk in a booth and walk outside the booth and you've lost 20 pounds. It's not going to happen. But
like a little love tap, it sounds like. How long do you use it? Like, what is the course of the time of treatment?
Well, that's a great question. You're supposed to start low and go slow, so you only maybe do it like maybe for 3 minutes or less the very first time you try it at the lowest level, and maybe you only do it once a week, okay? Then maybe you do it twice a week. Then you go slowly, because it's a gentle intervention, and that's the way you should think about it and look forward to it, so that it's not going to be perceptible in an immediate way.
It's interesting that you describe light as an intervention. You know, we've got lights all over the studio. You don't really think about it. You know, you think about going out in the sunlight. Obviously, you're going to get a tan, get some vitamin D, but you don't necessarily think about a red light as a therapy, but it is.
It is, and it works, but it's gentle.
Yeah.
You have to remember that. You're not going to get a tan, you're not going to get burned, but it's gentle.
All right, so we talked about whether it's for weight loss or wrinkles. What about people who are in chronic pain? Does it help them too?
Well, it claims to, but I'm not sure that that would be the first modality that you would go to, because there are more powerful ones. Now, we can talk about different modalities of pain. If you're having physical pain, like somebody is crushing your bone, it's not going to help.
Yeah. How about where we lose sensation, tingling in our hands and feet? Will red light therapy help us with that?
It could, but might not. I would recommend some other modalities as well.
Larika sounds a little skeptical over there. I hear him snickering in the background. You know what, I still, like you say, you know, it gives you an opportunity to think about things in another way. It doesn't necessarily sound like it's going to hurt, but I wouldn't really bank on it having these massive results, yes?
Correct, and sometimes gentle, soft, gradual is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to think about it.
It's FDA approved.
Oh, interesting.
for whatever that's worth.
Well, thanks, Dr. Way.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
As always, Dr. Way will join us again next week to answer more of our medical questions and concerns. So if you or a friend have anything you're curious about, just send us a message on social media and we'll make sure to cover it in one of our upcoming segments. Thank you to Charlotte. Now, AI has entered the chat. When we come back, we're exploring how more couples are turning to artificial intelligence for relationship health and where experts say the technology should stop. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. A few years ago, most of us wouldn't have imagined asking artificial intelligence for relationship advice, but now people are using AI to help write text messages, plan date nights, and even navigate tough conversations. So, is it helping people communicate better, or is it actually getting in the way of real connection? Here to help us sort it all out is Charlie Simpson, better known as the Potion for Your Emotion with the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center. All right, Charlie, interesting topic. I don't know if we have even enough time to even touch this a little bit, but it's everywhere now. Can it help relationships?
AI is a great assistant, but it might not be the best spouse. So you want to use AI, to be able to help you communicate better, to maybe even come up with some understanding relationship concepts, or even how can I talk to my partner. But there are just 4 different things, writing difficult conversations. You can use it for understanding communication styles, planning date nights, learning relationship skills. Those are some great prompts that you can use that could really help you get some ideas on how to approach your significant other.
Okay, and what are some unhealthy ways that it's getting in the middle of our conversations?
So we are relying too much on it for the emotional connection. And when you use AI is so validating. Even when you're wrong, it finds a way to validate you, and then it goes into a correction. But you want to make sure that you're not talking to the AI more than your partner. You're letting AI making sure it's not making every relationship decision, but also avoiding real conversations. If I'm communicating more with the AI chatbot than my significant other, that's when we're starting to kind of have more of an emotional connection to the AI versus your partner. And that's when I've read some articles where partners have felt like they, talking to the AI was a betrayal. So now we're starting to move more into, technology components being falling into the betrayal trap as well. I mean, if you're going to your partner, well, AI told me this and AI told me that. Now, so it's going to open up a whole nother, ball game for how couples.
Charlie, we have unpacked so much information in such a short amount of time. I never thought about all these different aspects to using that application to get in the middle of relationships.
Right.
A betrayal?
A betrayal. I mean, just, you're spending a lot more time, communicating with this chatbot than you are with me. And when you start going into those types of conflicts, and then if the couple don't know how to communicate through that, then it's just going to spiral, and eventually it's just going to ended up looking like a betrayal. But, AI can be used in a lot of healthy ways. If you're using it, hey, how can I say this to my significant other, or what are some cheap date nights that we could do? How can I be kind? Teach me some communication skills. My partner might be saying this and I might not be hearing something correctly. So how can I better hear my partner better? But those are some healthy AI questions, some prompts that you can use that could really guide you and assist you with being able to improve the relationship.
So interesting, because again, as a relationship counselor, this is your life's work, right? And you sit in front of couples day in and day out. There is no substitute for that human connection. There is no substitute for that face-to-face conversation, and that's really irreplaceable.
I didn't know if you wanted to share your example from earlier that we were talking about, but it is that intimate, that physical connection. You're moving into a lot of different areas that technology cannot provide, that eye contact, the touch, from your significant other. So, you know, those components, Rika was talking about, you know, other countries moving into being able to even make touch and, you know, intimate connection accessible through AI. So, I mean, we're looking at a whole new world in a couple of years. So
nobody ever said, I can't wait to go home and hug my phone. And if you do, you better call Charlie.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what we end up, you know, experiencing in the next 10, 20 years.
Oh, Charlie, but I do like your good suggestions, you know. Plan a great date night.
There you go.
Use AI for that.
There
Beyond
you
that,
go.
if you have trouble, give you a call.
Good deal.
Good to see you. What a conversation.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know it.
Again, AI is a wonderful tool, but it should always be used to strengthen the connection, never replace it. For more information about the services available through Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center or to schedule an appointment, you can scan the QR code on your screen or visit arkansasrelationshipcenter.com. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Thank you all so much for joining us today, and to all of our guests and sponsors who joined us in studio. I have some special guests with us here today. We have Trey Mallett's mother-in-law and her girl squad. Now, don't forget to follow us on social media or visit our website for all things Arkansas Style. We will see you all again next time. Ready to blow 'em a kiss? With love. Mwah!
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman. Furniture provided by Hank's Fine Furniture. Fresh flowers provided by Norwood Day Floral Company.